All right, now for part two of my take. I'm also very sick, so bear with me. From Jackie Ina's perspective, and I'm not going to speak for her, but this is just an idea of what I think happened. She has been critiquing brands for the longest time. Eventually, you cannot critique everyone and have a good standing with everyone. So, if she is partnering or has worked with a brand or knows them, she is going to do her best to keep those relationships naturally, especially because it's not like she has every brand at her disposal. Even though she is a acclaimed beauty influencer, there's still brands that are probably not going to work with her because of her critiques and also her demographic. Patrick Ta is a really good makeup artist. He also has created really good products that are of luxury, that are in the luxury sector, and that is Jackie's sector. So, is it fair that she gave him a good critique? If she liked the product, that is her right to give him a good critique. With Patrick Ta, I have gone to Patrick Ta's beauty launches. I don't have an issue with him or the brand per se, based off my personal experience. But one thing I will say is that after I bought a bunch of products and I posted that, like, oh, like I enjoy beauty, I'm a beauty enthusiast. So naturally, I tag brands in products that I post. Patrick Ta's social media page, like they responded back saying, "Oh, feel free to tag us in whatever products you use." So that is going to be free marketing, right? Brands are always going to look for people who are willing to market their product for free. That is something that if I was to take personally, I'd be like, they deserve to pay me. They don't. I posted it and showed that I already owned the product. If they wanted to pay me, that would be nice. Do I have to tag them again? I really don't have to. But they just let me know, hey, we see you and feel free to share more. A lot of times creators may do that thinking that they're going to now get compensated if they do that 3 or 4 times, and that's not the case, especially if a person is getting the content out of you for free. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Danessa Myricks and Painted by Esther. Hold on one second. My toddler wants to play dress up. When it comes to Danessa Myricks, although she runs a business, I personally do not view her as a capitalist. I think there's a difference between someone who creates a brand out of purpose and someone who is creating a brand because they are just thinking about dollars. And I think that is the difference between Danessa and Patrick to a degree, right? And I'm not saying he's completely money hungry or money driven. Please, that is not the point. What I'm saying is, I do think with Danessa Myricks deciding to make her beauty brand, it came from a different space. She was a single mom at the time, and she was looking for, of course, stability, financial freedom, creating her own schedule, all those things. And that is what led her to pour her heart into Danessa Myricks Beauty. And also, she is big on like creating new things and formulating new things and being innovative. Patrick, on the other hand, is a little more trends driven and also, like, again, marketing focused, dollars, like the translation from trends to dollars. When it comes to Painted by Esther and Danessa, they actually recently partnered and did a collaboration where they hosted a workshop, a beauty workshop together doing the Painted by Esther look. And I think people are overlooking that part because they're just so upset and they should have collabed. They did collab. I don't think they thought they needed to make a new product. I don't think they thought that a transitional blush was needed to do the Painted by Esther look because, again, she's been doing this look without a special product to do it. And that's the difference between people who are creating products to really serve their community and people who are creating products to put something else on the market for others to consume. So I would absolutely love to see them at this point do a product together, but I also don't think transitional blushes are needed. I think you can literally just take some blush and mix it with a concealer, like a very small dot of concealer or foundation to get that transitional blush look because it was very faint when I saw Jackie try it on. I did think it looked good on her personally when I saw the difference between one cheek and another, but that is something that is going to be for the girls who, again, want a luxury experience. And again, I think Danessa's products are also luxury. They're very luxurious, but have the extra disposable income and wants to buy a product specifically for that. most times people who are doing that are professional makeup artists, or it's like the woman buying a product for her wedding and she wants to have like that perfect beat and she's doing it herself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reflection. I have worked in the beauty industry. I started in beauty product development. I went to FIT for production management, so I know what happens and what goes into making a product. And when I came out of school, I worked immediately in beauty products. So I have a deep love for this. I also love doing my own phase. I just am in a phase of my life, like Danessa was, where you are solo parenting and managing so much on your own. And I think that's also why she makes her products that are luxurious, but it's also for the everyday person to be able to beat their face and get that flawless finish that you get when you go to a professional makeup artist. I would one day like to be able to show up online flawlessly, and that is why I admire Danessa for what she does. I have some of her products, and if my toddler stops in the back, maybe I'll have a moment to really set myself up. And I shouldn't even say that because you could do what you want when you want, you know. I just need to feel better. I need to have more rest. I know that is my own journey, but whatever. So I say all that to say, um, some people view Danessa as a capitalist because she has a business and she should have been on the trends and da 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 da. Not everybody wants to run a business that way, and not everyone's business is completely money driven, although their purpose brings them income. And I think that's the difference between the one brand versus another brand. Not just Danessa and Patrick, but also just like when you're shopping a brand, that is the difference between someone just trying to sell you products to keep up with the trends and hit their metrics. And that's the difference between the person trying to innovate and give you the best of them and also give you things that are quality and will last and are multifunctional. Like you have to understand, Danessa Myricks makes products that can be used multiple ways. So she's not trying to sell you another product. She's trying to keep loyal customers by doing what she feels is her passion and purpose. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. I told my toddler 2 minutes and I took like 4 extra minutes, but yeah, that's my spiel.